Hey, Slayer Scroll, welcome back to another video. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I know I sure did. And now we're here on this beautiful Monday that God has prepared. And we're talking all about the second greatest gift God ever gave you, which is free will. Now, obviously, the first greatest gift that God ever gave us is His Son who died on a cross for all of our sins so that we may have salvation. But undeniably, the second greatest gift is free will. Listen, all the time people tell me, if God was so loving, why would He create us in a world that's full of impurities, full of unfair circumstances, full of suffering? Why wouldn't He just create us in heaven to begin with? And ladies and gentlemen, it comes down to free will. In Genesis, we see that God created the world and He said that it was good. He never said that it was tainted. He never said that there was something wrong with it. He never said He made a mistake. He said it was good. It was our free will to turn from Him that introduced suffering into the world. So first of all, we cannot blame all of our inconveniences on God. But secondly, free will is the greatest gift, the second greatest gift He ever gave us because it allows us to see His true love for us. Forcing you to be in somebody's presence for eternity is not love, ladies and gentlemen. For these short 70 to 80 years that we have on this planet, there's people that choose not to follow Him. So why would He force you to be in His presence for eternity? He wants to give you this life that you may be able to choose with your free will. Do you want to live with Him or without Him? It's that simple. Today we're going to be reading out of 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18, and it says this: "For the message about the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." All right, so at the beginning of this video, I listed the two greatest gifts that God has ever given you. The first greatest gift was what? Jesus Christ. Him stepping out of the kingdom of heaven, putting on the skin of man and dying on a cross for you is the greatest act of love, but is also the greatest gift He's ever given you. The second greatest gift was what? Free will. Your ability to choose and accept Him or to reject Him. Now, this Bible verse is so good, so powerful that it actually covers both of those gifts. Now, when I first read this, I don't know about you, but to me, it sounded contradictory. How can something be foolish but also the power of God? How can the power of God be labeled as foolish at all? That sounds pretty disrespectful to me. But then I read it how it was intended to be read. In context with the whole Bible, which is number one, why we need to read our Bible, folks, so that we know the history and what everybody said. Listen. It says that the message of the cross is foolish to those who are perishing, but it is the power of God to those who are being saved. Now, the words perishing and saved all throughout the Bible, from the prophets, the messengers, the disciples, Jesus Christ Himself, both of those words are described as choices. You get to choose whether you are going to perish or you are going to be saved, which means this right now. My atheist friends are going to love this. Those that reject God are going to love this. The greatest gift that God has ever given you, Jesus Christ, is real. He did live. He did perform the things that were written down. He did pull off the resurrection after dying for you. And if you accept Him and enter a relationship with Him, you are choosing with your second gift of free will to be saved. But if you hear His message through the Bible, through priests, through preachers, through messengers, and you choose to reject it and think that the message is foolish, you are choosing with your second gift of free will to perish. Listen, my atheist friends have to live by this rule, that everything in this life is a chemical reaction. Free will is not an option. That's why that atheism is not able to be lived out. Because they can't follow this. Free will is not an option. Everything that you do, everything that you say is by a chemical reaction, and all of the order and design is on accident. It's not how it works. I'm sorry. I know you want it to be that way, but it isn't that way. The two greatest gifts God has ever given you is the only explanation to this world. I'm telling you that right now. Number one did happen, whether you like it or not. And number two will happen, whether you like it or not. You get to choose. So I'm making this video to tell you this right now. You cannot live your life saying that just happened. Boom, we're here. All of this order and design happened. Boom, we're here. All my choices are predestined. Not how it works. You have a choice today. What are you going to choose? You're going to choose to accept Him and be saved, or reject Him and think it's foolish. It's up to you.